You looking at how much money he making. I cannot emphasize this enough. Please go make your own money. I cannot emphasize that enough because the victimhood culture teaches you to go work at a gas station, work at a retail store, and don't do nothing for the rest of your life to better yourself, but to take your baby daddy to court. That's victim. That's victim culture. I'm not saying that he shouldn't help. I'm not saying it. I'm saying should and is are two different things. Should and is are two different things. You get caught up listening to a bunch of bitter folks talking about these men should. They should be helping with their kid. They should. Your kid is aging while you're in court. Your kid, you've been in court since your kid was 3 years old, and your kid is 13. By the time you get done with all that foolishness, you could have had a PhD. By the time you get done with all that foolishness, you could have had a PhD. All that time you spent in court, you could have had a PhD. What I'm showing you is that I've noticed that people who have a diligent, that God has graced with diligence, you tend to give your diligence to foolish things, not just women, but to men. You tend to give the fact that you got that pit bull grip. Why don't you put that on your business? Why don't you put that in reading the Bible, getting to know God? Why don't you grip something else? But you grip this man that has walked out of your life because he was on demonic assignment and you let him clap you. And now you grip this man and now you become a monitoring spirit in his life. And so I want to take him to court for dumping me. I want to take him to court. I want to make sure he never makes enough money to make another woman happy. I want to make his life miserable. I want to just sit there, and that becomes you reassign yourself, you throw away your God-instituted purpose, and your whole focus becomes taking down the men that had the audacity to bust one and give you a kid. When I can tell you, and I know somebody would say, she ain't got no kid, why she talk like that? No, I don't know many women that don't have kids, and I've told them this for over years, even in my 20s. The worst thing you could ever do to somebody that, let's say I had 3 kids. Right? I was pregnant twice by my ex-husband, right? Let's say I had 3 kids. Let's say I had 2 with one and I had 1 with the other. All right, let's say I had 3 kids. And they had left and they weren't trying to take care of their kids. I'm gonna tell you this. And I'm telling you from my heart, and I'm telling you from my mentality. Would I have been up in there taking them to court? Nope. You know what I'd have been doing? Going to school. Building my business. Because I never liked people to come back and find me where they left me. I don't want to come. You're not going to leave me in poverty and find me in poverty. And it ain't a revenge thing. It's just let me do something different with my time. You ain't going to go back and find me. No, I've been in school. And I'm not ridiculing you. What I'm saying is take the time out to consider that. Because I know there's some of you got 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds. And I'm speaking more to you, not those of you got 18-year-olds. But those of you who got young kids. Don't make the mistake of the ladies who spent all their time going to court. Worst thing you can do to a man that broke up with you, that hurt you, that rejected you, is to heal and succeed. Ask anyone, ask any person. Worst thing you can do is heal, forgive, and succeed. To get rid of the soul tie, chase God, make God number one in your life. Make God your world. Not allow that man to concubine you. I mean, be able to have a rotation policy where he can come back in your life whenever he gets bored or whenever, he run out of cheeses. But you to go out here and do something different with your life. Yes, it's going to take time. It's going to take time going to school, going to college and dealing with the warfare and a college. And, it's going to take time and it's going to take resources and sacrifices. It's going to take that, but it's worth it in the end. If you look at, you say, well, Tiffany, you're talking about like 6 years of my life. 4 years, between 4 and 7 if I go to medical school. You're going to spend 7 years taking that man to court anyhow. Why not use this? That way, woman of God, when that man turn around and look at you, you ain't begging him for money. You ain't sitting up there and you ain't robbing your kids of a meal to eat because he ain't gonna do it. Period. Point blank. I don't care what you say. Should it is a different. I get so tired of hearing women come up talking about it should be, and I'm like, it ain't. So you got to deal you got to deal the hand that you got. You can go play spade and look in your hand and say, I should have had a club, but you don't. So you got to play the hand that you got. I'm saying this because I know some of us never have mothers and aunties that talk to us like that tell us should and ain't are not the same. He should have loved me. He should have never cheated on me. He should have never walked out of my life. He should have been faithful to me. He should have been, everything. He should, but he didn't. So this is the reality you're living in. The ball is in your court. What you gonna do about it? You are not getting revenge by going out there giving your body away to a different man. You are not. You're not teaching him a lesson by posting your new boo to Facebook. Got a video out and you looking at the video on your camera and you turn to kiss your boo thing and all that other stuff. and you post it to Facebook, knowing that his family's on your Facebook page, and you hoping to get back to him, that's the evidence of your soul tie. It's the evidence that you're not free from him. He still has control over you. And hear me, if he still got control, he can still dust you off. Okay, I'm mad you. I know he can't. He couldn't dust me off. You know how many times I've heard women say that before they got dusted off? Before that crop duster came over their way. You know how many times I've seen that? Got straight up crop dusted. No, he's not Tiffany. I don't care what you say, Tiffany. And I just sit there and be like, I hear you. I hear you. But the evidence shows up in the things that you do. The fact that you won't move forward. Too many women think themselves as victims, and you live in victimhood. And if you're following me, hear me. I'm gonna preach at you till you come out of there. Until you come out of there and you go out here and you say, I am more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus. And you learn how to cut a dude off the minute he starts talking to you about sex. Can I come to your house? No. Learn to love yourself enough where you don't care about losing somebody. Learn to love yourself enough to where, because I know our aunties told us, you better hold on to that man. I'm going to preach different to you. You better not hold on to that man. If he ain't from God, you better let him go. That's deliverance. You don't just get delivered from demons. You get delivered from people with demons. That's deliverance. If a broken, demonized, perverted, porn watching, masturbating, angry man walk out of my life, non-job having, don't want to work, want somebody to take care of him, and he look good, walk out of my life, baby, I just went through deliverance. I didn't lose nothing. How can you lose a loser? And how can you win a loser? I didn't lose nothing if somebody walked into my life that was somebody's enemy and they didn't succeed. Because I kept my drawers on and I kept my boundaries high and my standards higher. Because I sat up there and I prayed about them. I didn't lose nothing when he walked away. So I don't understand why you get bothered. Even when I was in the world, I never understood why women got bothered about men rejecting them. I used to sit there in the classroom just looking at my friends like, what the heck you crying about? You start talking to him 48 hours ago. You already folded up like a lawn chair because he dumped you? Why? Why? And I come to realize when it comes to my sisters, baby, y'all just don't know your worth. Half of you don't even know how beautiful you are. You really don't know that. I've had women stand in my face that were 10 and call themselves ugly. All because some dude ran through them and their daddy wasn't in their life. And sit up there and just constantly get taken advantage of by men who look and say, dang, she a baddie. But she don't know it.